So the energy of this week is actually one concerning death. And it's not death per se in the physical sense, but rather death in the spiritual sense. And so, what does that mean for our lives? What does it mean practically? Well, we all have those patterns that persist in our lives, the things that for some reason or another continue to come up and irritate us and bother us, whether it's in business or work or in relationships or with our health. We all have that thing or those things. And given that they're patterns, that they're recurring in our lives, our typical MO to this point has been, for whatever reason, perhaps it's fear, perhaps it's discomfort, perhaps it's uncertainty, we allow these patterns to persist. And in fact, we choose not to take deliberate action to shut down those patterns, even if we know that it's what we need to do. And why don't we? Because it's hard, because even though the patterns irritate us, the things that continue to come up irritate us, it's easier to know the devil we know than to experience the uncertainty of that we don't know, right? But in this week, we have the opportunity and the strength to actually shift the pattern, to actually bring about an end, to bring about death to that pattern that has been running an area of our life for far too long. And we all know the examples of this exact pattern in our own lives. You know, I know somebody who is dealing with a lingering health issue, and it's been ongoing for quite some time. And rather than taking an action towards either getting smarter on what could be causing it or taking an action towards potentially healing it or seeing a doctor, the answer continues to be, I'd rather complain about it and push off the timing to see a doctor or to take any next step. I'll deal with it for now and continue to complain about it in the meantime and see about a doctor later or see about a next step later. This is the week to take that exact action towards the remedy now, towards the healing now. And in doing so, we're actually bringing about the death of the thing that's been keeping us limited. So in this case, the pain, the complaining, we're proactively bringing death to it. We're bringing an end to it by taking action in a direction that we know will be helpful and will support the end goal that we're trying to achieve. But for whatever reason, maybe it's just uncomfortable to deal with right now. Maybe it's, yeah, but if I go to see a doctor, perhaps I'll learn about 3 other things that I didn't know about today, right? It's the fear on the other side. And that fear is keeping us small. It's keeping us locked in. So this is the week to actually go after, to bring about a death, but a death of what's keeping us small, a death of what's keeping us limited. Look out for the opportunities this week. Look out for those patterns recurring. Look out for those relationships, those interpersonal dynamics that continue to irritate you and frustrate you. They're going to come up this week. And this is the week that we have the opportunity to take action towards moving past them. In business, those same recurring patterns of things getting stuck, they're going to come up. And again, we have the opportunity to make a decision, to choose to put a complete end to this prior program that hasn't served us. This is the week. And this is the energy of the week, the opportunity of this week. And I look forward to continuing to bring you the energy of the week and making it practical and human and giving us the opportunity to connect with and elevate each and every week here going forward. I'll see you next week.